Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. The only source of knowledge is experience. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. The value of education is not the learning of many facts, but the training of the mind to think something that cannot be learned from textbooks. Education should be a process of stimulating and awakening people's curiosity. It should not be about filling the pail, but about lighting the fire. Do not worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you mine are still greater. Teaching should be such that what is offered is perceived as a valuable gift and not as a hard duty. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. The greatest scientists are always artists as well. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. The whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle, requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. The gift of fantasy has meant more to me than my talent for absorbing positive knowledge. Most teachers waste their time by asking questions that are intended to discover what a pupil does not know, whereas the true art of questioning is to discover what the pupil does know or is capable of knowing. Education is the progressive realization of our ignorance. Never teach my pupils. I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. Education is a continual process. It's like a bicycle. If you don't pedal, you don't go forward. The value of education is not the learning of many facts, but the training of the mind to think. It's not enough to teach a man a specialty. Through it he may become a kind of useful machine, but not a harmoniously developed personality. In teaching, you cannot see the fruit of a day's work. It is invisible and remains so, maybe for 20 years. Never lose a holy curiosity. The human mind is not a dustbin to keep rubbish in, but a garden to grow beautiful flowers. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death.